Viva Las Vegas! Welcome to Happy Hour in Las Vegas. We're here with the bright lights and the strip, and it is a gorgeous night here. We're very excited and looking forward to a fun evening talking about one of my favorite, very diverse locations. Las Vegas, you can go back again and again, and there's always something to do. I absolutely love it. I've been there for business conferences, conventions, as well as pleasure. And like I said, there's always something to do. So I would love to touch base with you. I am Julie from Travel Light by JJ, and just wanted to let you know what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to have a little holy water tonight as our special beverage, since we are in Sin City, and what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And I do know why they actually have coined that phrase. So anyway, that's going to be our beverage. Never had it, but we'll try it together. And then also I'm doing a bacon cheddar dip tonight. Real easy peasy, you know, so simple, fast. If you have the ingredients in the house kind of things as a staple, you'll just whip it together for any little cocktail party that you'd like to do. Just want to brief you on travel and get you up to date with things that are going on right now. Obviously, things are starting to heat up after the 4th of July. I hope everybody had a safe and wonderful 4th of July celebration. But right now, things are starting to heat up again with the coronavirus. And so therefore, things are changing, and always it's a fluid situation out there regarding travel. So right now, they were trying to open some of the enrollment offices for the global entry. They've pushed that date out. It was going to be July 6th. Now it's August 10th. So if you were signed up, you'll have to reschedule your interview. So that's number one. TSA, the security at the airports, they are beefing up their protocols, and they're implementing more safety measures. And so you'll see changes with regard to that. Then there's also the airlines right now. Some people have gone back to full capacity, which was American Airlines. Some were just about to go back to full capacity beginning of July here. What they've actually decided to extend. JetBlue has extended, Southwest has extended, as well as Delta, Alaska. And those companies are still trying to do the spatial distancing with, you know, not having somebody necessarily in a middle seat. So those are some things that are going on, as well as right now European travel is off the table, but eventually, hopefully, that will be getting worked out sooner than later. There are some Caribbean islands that are open, and you would need to quarantine if you get over there and you did have the virus. However, they would require, a lot of the locations are requiring you to get tested prior and bring a certificate, or you can get tested there. But I wouldn't want to get tested there, and I suggest that if you want to go, that you get tested here and take the paperwork. So those are just some updates in travel. And like I said, right now is probably not ideal to be traveling. A lot of people are just doing local traveling to places that they can drive to. So that's still exciting, and, you know, keeping it safe, just going to see maybe family members, things of that nature. But it's a great time to be planning and looking towards the future, so when we do get out of these staycation modes, that you would be ready to travel and get to a location and destination that you're excited about and have been dreaming about on your wish list. So that's what's going on in travel. Looking forward to talking about Vegas tonight. I do want to talk about Travel Light by JJ and the services I offer. I love to do luxury travel and do excursions and light activity. I work with active aging travelers and busy professionals, as well as groups. So if you have a group in mind, which you might be doing a multi-generation trip, I'd love to create those and work with you with a custom itinerary. So that's exciting. And then I would love to get together right now is the best time to be talking and, you know, thinking about these future trips, because space is actually filling up for 21 and 22 already. People are booking, and again, they are working with people as to if you need to cancel or make changes. So it is allowing people to actually start to book. So those are things to keep in mind. And I also wanted to have our dealer of the evening come up tonight and start doing a little travel trivia. So let's kick it off tonight and get Eric up here, our dealer for tonight. And then I will get the cocktail rolling, which is going to be the holy water. Oh, here he comes.
Player, player, player. Who's the player?
Wait, I gotta lay the ground rules.
Uh-oh.
So how the travel trivia works is Eric will read 2 questions each round, and whoever gets the right answer the fastest will win that round. And I will go through tomorrow and check the feed to see who our winner is. And you can always play on the replay as well. So if you're seeing this on the replay, feel free to play along, and I will be announcing the winner tomorrow. So here we go.
All right, here we go for
Are you
7.
feeling lucky?
Not a 7, but we got our 2 hottest players on the other side of the board.
I know.
Celeste and Megan. Here you go.
Alrighty. Hi, ladies.
Number 1. How tall in feet is the stratosphere? Who can guess it or get closest to how tall in feet is the stratosphere? Next question for you players. October 1998. This casino opened its doors to visitors, offering them gambling, botanical gardens, and their famous water fountains. Was it A, MGM Grand, B, Stardust, C, Mirage, or D, Bellagio? Lay it down. Put big money on it.
Alrighty. Who's got the fastest fingers? I know you know the answers. So getting on with our holy water cocktail this evening. It consists of 1 ounce of vodka. And I'm using Tito's. And then you got 1 ounce of rum. I've never had the combination of rum and vodka, so this is going to be interesting. And then it's a 1/2 ounce of the Curacao. And you don't want to spill this one because it's blue and it'll get all over you. It's like a blue popsicle. Reminds me of the blue popsicle. Those red, white, and blue popsicles. What were they called? Pop rockets or something? Who knows the name of the popsicle? Let me know. Maybe you even had one over the 4th of July. What did everybody do for the 4th of July? And we're doing a 1/2 ounce of peach schnapps, which is good. Clear out that blue stuff. And then we are doing 4 ounces of lemonade. And then a splash of pineapple. And then we're going to mix it up. This is 1 serving, but we have little glasses, so I was thinking it was maybe enough. Alrighty. Here we go. A little bit of holy water. Went to a Catholic high school, so I'm all about the holy water. All right, you ready, Mr. Eric? Come. Cheers, toast. Tell me what you're drinking tonight.
I love the free drinks at the casinos. This
Yeah,
is
the
great.
free drinks at the casinos.
Cheers.
They're not doing those right now, actually. Cheers.
Ooh, this is delicious. Wonderful. Oh my gosh, very good.
Our biggest decision anymore is we keep making these new cocktails for each of these live sessions. And now every night it's like, well, which one are we going to have? Which one do we want to do a do-over? This is delicious. Outstanding. So I wanted to talk about all the things that is possible, and actually not all, because there's just too many. But anyway, a lot of things that you can be doing in Vegas. They have helicopter rides at night, which is really neat. You go up and you can see, they go down the strip and they go over all the neon lights, and it's really fun to do. Other things you can do are hot air balloon rides. They're a lot of fun. And then they also have tours that you can do throughout the day and go out. You could even wrap in Yosemite National Park if you'd like. That's 5.5 hours away. I'd probably do that separately. I'd probably do that and then go and do a trip over to Yosemite for a couple days and then come back and fly out. So that's an option that you can do. Also, you can do trapeze lessons, and you can do wine yoga experiences. They also have a bar crawl on Fremont Street. They have a Studio 54, which I've actually been to. I've always wanted, my dream is that I actually would have been able to go to the original Studio 54, but I was unfortunately born in the 70s when it was at its peak. So I actually went to Studio 54. However, I was disappointed because I just wanted to hear 70s music, and they were playing music from all the various decades. But they had ladies up in these cages, and they were dancing, and it was still fun. We had a lot of fun. And then we also visited, you can go to Coyote Ugly, which you remember from the movie, and that's in New York Hotel. And you can go there, and they have the ladies dancing on top of the bar, and it's quite interesting. Also, you can do many of the different shows there. You have Cirque du Soleil, and they have two big shows there, which is one of them, and it's unbelievable. They have a massive water pool on the stage with divers and performers and acrobatic people all over the stage, and it's amazing. And at one point they had a horse coming up through the center of the stage, so it's just top level entertainment. And also we saw Mystère, which is also Cirque du Soleil, and there's just so many live shows and fabulous entertainment. You have magicians there whose names I'm not going to say because that's one of the questions tonight. But you also have Wayne Newton out there. You have Celine Dion and Elton John who hold court at Caesar's Palace. And then there's casino, there's gambling, and there's plenty of it. And you can get so much walking in, and it's so much fun, and everything's air conditioning, so it's not too bad going out into the heat and then popping back into the casinos to cool off. But there's something for everyone there, and it's just really enjoyable. So let's do a little more trivia. Get ready to type those answers in.
Okay, all you high rollers, who's ready to get dealt in? Who's ready to have JJ book you in the Royal Flush Suite? Here we go. Let's go round two. This is a narrative. I sit down when I see a lonely dealer. She has one card up, and it's a 10 of hearts. She has another card. I can't see it though. Wait, I'm getting paid on my $5. I'm getting paid $7.50 on my $5 bet. What game am I playing? So I'll say that again. I sit down with a lonely dealer. She has one card up. It's a 10 of hearts. She has another card. I can't see it though. Wait, I'm getting paid $7.50 on my $5 bet. What game am I playing? Next question. This movie starred Warren Beatty, Bugsy Siegel, and Annette Bening as Virginia Hill. What is the name of the movie? Do you know?
Yes.
Oh, you know.
I do.
All right. The movie starred Warren Beatty, Bugsy Siegel, Annette Bening as Virginia Hill. What was the name of the movie? Aces up, all.
So other things that you can do when in Vegas are, they actually have maybe you've heard of it, Area 51. and it's about 2 hours outside of the Strip. So it's something that's interesting. You can go there, and back in like 1989, they were catching on to activity and rumblings that this extraterrestrial site with our U.S. government existed, but they would never admit it. And so I think it was 2013 that they finally admitted it and said, yes, we do have this site here. So now you can go and do tours and actually they have alien themed luncheons. So if you're into that kind of thing, UFOs and aliens and extraterrestrials, then that's something that you can do as well as a side trip. And other things are, you can go up in the biggest observation wheel, and you can have happy hour and get in one of their air conditioning pods and go around in the wheels, which is a lot of fun. They also have reality TV shows that you can do tours. And if you're a foodie, it's amazing because you have so many talented chefs that have gone there and opened up restaurants. And so there's such a diverse scene with the cuisine, and you can do food tours, which I highly suggest because you really get to touch base with a lot of different chefs in the area, which there are a lot of them. So that's exciting as well. And then also, two other things that we had done when we were there is we went and saw Sinbad. And, I knew Sinbad, but I just never really watched him or paid attention to him. And we were staying at the Paris Hotel at the time because we were there for a realtor conference, actually. And he was performing, so we went and saw him with our some folks that were there with us at the conference. And we were all actually bent over, belly aching, laughing. He's so clean and he's so funny. It was such a joy to see him, and we had a lot of fun. Another experience we did is we went down to the Flamingo Hotel, one of the more original casinos and hotels there, and we went there for a show, and that one was Spin City, which is actually where a lot of the talent that's on Saturday Night Live has come from. And so that was so fun. You go in there and they have impromptu, so they get the audience involved, and they'll say, tell us this or shout out this, and you give them the cue it up for them, throw things at them that they have to then act out or put in a scene or whatever, and they are very talented and a lot of fun and amazing. So let's get our talented Mr. Eric up here for another round of the travel trivia. And we're going to also, while he's doing that, we're going to do our really fancy dip tonight, which is the bacon cheddar dip. So you come and start, come on up, Mr. Eric. We're going to do a...
I'm sorry, I'm a little speechless. I just saw something on the Strip I've never seen before.
Well, that'll happen to you.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Well, that'll happen to you in Vegas. You just never know.
Did you see that?
You will just never know what you'll see.
Oh my gosh. We got to come back here next year.
And if the dealer who lives here is shocked by it, let me tell you, probably as a tourist, you're going to even be more shocked.
We're coming back here next year. Okay. Next round of questions. Still dumbfounded. All right, here we go. Which of the following casinos is located on the eastern side of the famous Las Vegas Strip? Which of the following casinos is located on the eastern side of the famed Las Vegas Strip? Is it A, Excalibur, B, Luxor, C, Stratosphere, or D, the MGM Grand? And then our second question on the third round. Technically, what is the city street name for the street known as the Strip? Which I think it is over there. Technically, what is the city street name for the street known as the Strip? All right, everybody, good luck.
So for our big fancy dip tonight, you take 1 tub of this sour cream, 16 ounces, which is 1 pound. And I've already put that in. And then you want to get a packet of Hidden Valley Ranch, the original for dip, and you throw that in, which I've got those two ingredients already in here. And then you want to get a package of the crumbled bacon bits, and I get the real bacon bits crumbles instead of the crunchy ones that they sell. And so you want 3/4 cup of the pre-cooked, or even make your own bacon bits. So you want to throw that in. And then you want a cup of the cheddar cheese, which I have here. I have Vermont sharp, seriously sharp cheddar cheese. And that, my friends, is it. That is the extent of our dip. So you get this all mixed up, and you can use all sorts of different veggies, or you can use any type of crackers. We're doing the veggies, we do the celery sticks, but you want to throw it in the refrigerator for at least an hour and get it nice and chilled for your party, for your get-together. Some other fun things that we've done while we've been in Vegas is they have a lot of exhibits. We were at the Hotel Bellagio, and they had a Steve Martin exhibit, art exhibit, and he himself, it's his own art collection. So we were in there, and we had our headphones on, and we're going around, and we were just killing time before we were going to see one of the Cirque du Soleil shows. So we're in there, and it was hysterical. They had these roped off area so that you had to stand behind the rope and look at the artwork. And so you're going around, you're listening, and in each piece is narrated by Steve, telling you a story about the artwork, or what he thinks about it, or something to go along with his artwork. And it was bizarre. One of them was a barbecue that had like this murder scene going on at a family barbecue, and it was just crazy. So these people went up, and they're standing there looking at the artwork, and you're not allowed to touch the artwork, and thus the rope. And all of a sudden an alarm goes off, and the people are like looking around, and it was as if they were on candid camera, and they're looking around like, who, us? Like, is this alarm going off for us? And we're over at the side, and we're like laughing and watching these poor people, and the next thing you know, security goes over, and they were dead serious. Security goes over and is giving these people like a hard time, not knowing if they did try to touch it or what was going on. And next thing you know, the people are all like, oh. So they walk away, and then some other folks come up, and they're viewing it. And so Eric and I are watching, and we want to see if it's going to happen again. And sure enough, it happens again. And these people, a new set of people, are looking at the artwork. The alarm goes off. Security comes over. They do the same thing. And it was as if Steve Martin was pulling a prank in his own art exhibit, because it was that funny. And it was like a full-on candid camera situation, because there must have been some type of sensitivity with that particular roping and where the people were standing and everything, because it just kept happening. And again, these security guards would act like it was happening for the first time and give the people the real once over, and it was a riot. So we had a lot of fun with that. We also, when we were out there, we rented sports cars one afternoon, and this was pre 9/11. So we were able to go to Hoover Dam and get a full tour of the Hoover Dam, which now you don't get. It's very restricted, and you don't get a full tour, being able to go down into the whole thing like we were able to do, unfortunately. So it was a lot of fun. And as we're out in these sports cars, I was out there with my brother, sister-in-law, and Eric, and we were out there, and we rented these sports cars, and we're going all over and just going to different locations and having a blast. And we stumbled across an old film set, that was all deserted. So we were walking around that and looking at everything and checking it all out. It was like a ghost town, and that was a lot of fun. Next thing you know, we decide we're getting thirsty, and we want to stop off for a beverage. So we inquired with the local and said, where could we go get a beverage? And the local said, oh, no problem, right up the road. I don't know the name of the bar, but it's just up the road a bit. So we're like, okay, that's great. So we get in these cars, and we drive up the road, and we can't find it. So we stop and ask somebody else, and we said, we were told there's a bar somewhere near here. Can you direct us and get us there? And they said, sure, it's right up the road, but I don't know the name of it, but it's right up the road. You're not too far from it. We're like, oh, okay, great. So we get in the car, and then we couldn't find it. So at this point, we're frustrated. So we decided to pull into a gas station like Quickie Mart, and we go up to the counter and we get a 6-pack of beer and we put it down. And we get chatting with the clerk and say, yeah, we were going to go to some bar everybody keeps suggesting to us. Nobody knows the name, but they keep telling us it's right up the road, but we can't seem to find it. And the clerk said, yeah, it is. It's right up the road. And I don't know the name of it either, but it's just up the road. And so we decided, all right, we're going to put this beer back and give it one last shot. So we put the beer back, go out in the cars and go up the road. And sure enough, we found the bar. So we get there and pull in. And it was a massive bar. It had actually different kind of bars within the facility. So you'd go into one, they had a band playing, you'd go into another, and then out back they had folk music with people in their overalls, and then out front they had horseshoes, throwing the horseshoes. And so we finally found this bar. We're all excited. We go in there, we're having a good time, and we decide, let's go play some horseshoes out front. So we go out front, and I said, I throw terribly, worse than the girl throw. I throw terribly. Just ask Erica. I've had a few, ricochet boomerang things go towards his face at times.
That was just a big stick.
So anyway, so I said, I don't think I should do the horseshoes. I'm great at bocce, but not the horseshoes. That's not my strong point. So they kept insisting that I play. So the next thing you know, I said, okay. And they were going to be having a motorcycle rally at this bar later in the afternoon. So a few guys were already there. And they were wanting to swap T-shirts with my husband at the time for what he had on, some Harley shirt of sorts. And they wanted his Harley shirt and blah, blah, blah because of where it was from. And so anyway, we go to play the horseshoes. I throw the horseshoe and it goes just like this out towards the parking lot. It misses these guys' motorcycle by this much, and I'm like this, and they're like, yelling at me and carrying on, and I'm saying, I'm so sorry, and I tell Eric and the rest of them, I said, I told you I can't throw, I got to sit down. So I sit down, they continue to play horseshoes. The sheriff is there, and he's in one of those big old dusters, like right out of the movies, the brown long duster, and he's got his cowboy hat on. He had the little sheriff tin thing here, and you're like, this is again something that's just made up. It's not even real. And next thing you know, he's wasted. He can't even stand, and he's the real sheriff. And I'm like, what is going on here? And the events just kept happening, and the amusement was so funny, and we stayed there for several hours, had a lot of fun, got to know a lot of the locals. And then next thing you know, we get in our sports vehicles before all the motorcycles arrived, because we didn't want to come in contact with that whole group. So we decided to get out and get back to the city. So we go heading out, and we get back to the city, and we said to each other, anybody get a picture of that place? Does anybody know what the name of it was? None of us knew what the name of that bar was. We still don't, and we didn't take any pictures either, so we have no idea where or what we were doing.
It's just up the road.
Yeah, it's just up the road. I don't know the name of the bar, but it's just up the road. So we had a lot of fun in those sports cars, and we got back that night, and I'll tell you about that after we do our next round of travel trivia.
More travel trivia?
Yeah, are we at the tiebreaker now?
No, we're at round 4.
Round 4. We're round 4, last round.
Round 4. Here we go. The pit boss told me dealing everybody in. And
Just let him know if you want him to hit you.
yeah, so deal you in, hit you, and if you're in Vegas and you're not doing well, guess what? Travel Light by JJ's got some aces up her sleeve.
Woo!
To get you the best deal you need. So look at that. Go for the JJ Ace. Round 4. What 3 music artists made up the legendary Rat Pack? So that would have been in Vegas in what year?
Oh,
60s? 50s?
before my time.
Oh, all right. What 3 music artists made up the legendary Rat Pack? You got to name the 3. All right. And next question: in which Vegas hotel did Elvis marry Priscilla? So, which Vegas hotel did Elvis marry Priscilla? Good luck, and don't forget, JJ's got the ace.
So we get back to the city after our outing, and next thing you know, we all get ready for dinner and we go to the Stratosphere. And we're up there in the Stratosphere for dinner, and it was amazing. You're up there and the whole thing is turning so that you get to see the panoramic city as you're dining, and it was absolutely wonderful. And then above on top, they have a roller coaster, the high roller coaster, which we did not do, but I love a good thrill. So that is something when I go back next that I think I will do. Because I love adventurous things, and that definitely was adventurous. I was not aware of it at the time that I was there, or else I would have lined it up. Probably not for Eric. I love all the bungee jumping, and he actually did bungee jumping with me when we were out west, but
I had no choice.
but I've done the paragliding and all that, and that's not Eric's cup of tea. So we got to see the high roller coaster and all the people screaming and carrying on. And again, that's going to be on my bucket list the next time I go out. But there's so much to do. We're going to do the final tiebreaker now. And then we're going to read all the final answers.
Tiebreaker question. All right, who's all in? I'm all bets right here. I'm going to have a fun time in Vegas. Here's my bets. I'm all in. Book me. I'm going. Final question. Tiebreaker question. What is the name of the magical duo currently appearing in Las Vegas quite frequently? Listen carefully. What is the name of the magical duo currently appearing in Vegas quite frequently?
Magicians. They're magicians.
The clue is magical. We back on?
We are,
Oh.
and we're doing the answers to all the trivia.
The answers. All right, we rolled a 7. We put all our bets in. We got our aces up, and we got our money on the table. Here we go. How tall in feet is the Stratosphere? Who can guess it or get the closest? The answer is 1,149 feet, making it the tallest observation tower in the United States. It also home to the world's highest roller coaster, which Julie's going on and I am not.
Oh, he will.
Yeah.
He hates when I have more fun without him.
October 1998, this casino opened its doors to visitors, offering them gambling, botanical gardens, and their famous water fountains. Was it MGM Grand? Was it Stardust? Was it Mirage? Was it Bellagio? The answer was
Bellagio.
the Fountains of Bellagio shows off fantastic water performance, choreographed perfectly, and classical opera music.
Which we've had the luck of actually at the conferences we were at, where one was at Paris Hotel and the other was at Aladdin. And both times we were facing on the opposite side of the strip back at Bellagio, so we got the entertainment from our room. It was
Very
wonderful.
And our friend George loves opera.
Yes.
So, next question. I sit down when I see a lonely dealer. She has one card up. It's a 10 of hearts. She has another card. I can't see it though. Wait, I'm getting paid $7.50 on my $5 bet. What game am I playing?
Blackjack.
Blackjack. Some hints for playing blackjack include never split tens and always split aces and eights.
Eights. Yep.
Think about that. This movie starred Warren Beatty as Bugsy Siegel and Annette Bening as Virginia Hill. What was the name of the movie? Bugsy.
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 And you know, blackjack, I went and took a book, and I was traveling on the plane over to Vegas one time when we were going for that conference, and I read up on my blackjack, and I was so excited to get over there and play that I sat down and I gave myself a limit of $100. That's what I would spend, you know, and as much fun as I was going to have with that $100 was going to be it. And next thing you know, I went and I was playing for 7 hours. We were supposed to be at the Realtor Convention dinner awards ceremony, and they were like, "Come on, we got to go." And I said, "No, you go without me. I'm here doing this gambling and having so much fun of it." And who pops in at the table next to me but George Costanza from Seinfeld? And he looked so bored. He was sitting there half on his chair and like barely interested in the game and just looking around the casino, and I was sitting right next to him at the next table, and so it was very entertaining. So you never know who you're going to see while you're there.
Ta-da! And did Buff send us that one? Thank you, Buff. That was a wonderful convention. Which of the following casinos is located on the eastern side of the famed Las Vegas Strip? Your choices were Excalibur, Luxor, Stratosphere, or the MGM Grand. And the answer was
MGM Grand.
the MGM Grand is located on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard, the Strip, and Tropicana Boulevard, directly across from New York Hotel and Casino. And it has over
5,000 rooms.
JJ can book them all, and is one of the largest hotels under one roof in the world. That's amazing.
I know. You're not done.
I'm not done.
You're not done?
I'm not done. All right, put some more chips on the table. I'm doubling down. Doubling down. Here we go. Technically, what is the city street name for the street known as the Strip? The answer is
Las Vegas Boulevard.
Fremont Street runs through the downtown casinos. Flamingo runs through Flamingo runs through the Strip, where you will find Caesar's Palace, diagonally facing Bally's. So we did the whole Strip in a day. It was quite the hike, but we had fun.
Again, you can pop in and out to get that air conditioning.
Yeah.
That's key.
And there's a little tram that cheats you behind, so if you don't want to walk the whole thing, you can tram to the whole Strip. In which Las Vegas hotel did Elvis marry Priscilla? The hotel was
Aladdin, which we've actually stayed at.
We did.
And I didn't know that at the time.
The Aladdin was built in 1963, the year I was built. And Elvis Presley was married on Elvis and Priscilla were married on May 1st, 1967. So everybody
Viva Las Vegas!
So everybody who's typed in, and now here's your tiebreaker to figure out who's the big winner. What is the name of the magical duo currently appearing? Can I say that slow enough and loud enough? Magical duo currently appearing in Las Vegas quite frequently. And they were
Penn and Teller.
Yay! Happy all. Take care. Aces down.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. It's been wonderful. I hope you had fun too. This drink is heaven. Get it? Ha! I didn't. Pun was not intended, but anyway, it's holy water, and it is like being in heaven. So when I get there eventually, I would love to have a nice tall glass of it. And again, thanks for joining me. I'm Travel Light by JJ. You can go to my website and visit me, and that's Travel Light by JJ. And also, I have a newsletter on there that I send out every other week that talks about travel and places that you want to go and destinations that you want to read about and keeps you updated. It also has a tip in there at the end about travel to keep you abreast of what's going on out there in the travel business and industry. So if you'd like to sign up for that, you can do that on my website as well. Again, thanks for joining us and having fun with the travel trivia, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you so much. Good night.